All right, let's jump right in. What if I told you there's a single word, just one, that could unlock the secret to a longer, happier, and more purposeful life? It sounds kind of wild, right? Well, today we're diving into the international bestseller Ikigai to explore this powerful Japanese concept. And honestly, it might just change the way you think about, well, everything.
I mean, it's a question we've all probably wondered about, right? How is it that some people not only live past 100, but they're still happy, they're still active, they've got that spark? Is it just good genes or what they're eating? Or is there something else going on, something deeper?
Okay, so get this. This isn't just some philosophical idea. It's real. On the Japanese island of Okinawa, they have almost 25 centenarians for every 100,000 people. I mean, that is way higher than the global average. So you gotta ask, what are they doing differently over there?
So, to figure out what that special something was, the authors of the book Ikigai literally packed their bags and went straight to the source. They traveled to this tiny town in Okinawa called Ogimi, which everyone calls the village of longevity. And their whole goal was to just live there, to learn directly from the people who hold the world record for living the longest, healthiest lives.
But before we get to their secret, we kind of have to talk about a huge problem that we have that they seem to have completely avoided: chronic stress. Just look at this comparison. Our ancestors, they had stress, for sure. But it was like, oh no, a tiger, a short, intense burst. Our bodies are built for that. But us, our stress is this constant low-level hum. You know, emails, notifications, deadlines, it never stops. And that constant trickle of stress hormones, like cortisol, is literally, at a cellular level, aging us faster.
And so, the Okinawan's secret weapon against all this, it seems to be captured in this one amazing word, Ikigai. What does it mean? Well, it translates to a reason for being. Or, my favorite way to put it, the reason you get up in the morning. It's your purpose, your passion, your North Star.
Okay, so that sounds great, right? But how do you find your Ikigai? Well, the book lays out this awesome framework, and it all starts with one really simple question. And I want you to really think about this. Forget about what you're good at. Forget about money for a second. Just ask yourself, what do you truly love to do?
All right, next up, we take that passion and add another layer. This one's all about what you're actually good at. And we're not just talking about job skills here. Think bigger. What are your natural talents? Maybe you're an amazing listener, or you can solve problems nobody else can. What are those things that just come easily to you?
Okay, now for the third piece of the puzzle, we're going to look outward. We're asking a really important question. What does the world need? And look, this doesn't mean you have to go solve world hunger, okay? It could be something small, making your neighborhood a little better, helping just one person, or creating something that makes people smile. Where can your talents actually help someone?
And finally, the part that makes it all work in the real world. What can you get paid for? Yep, we got to be practical. This is the part that connects your passion and your skills to something that can actually support you. You know, pay the bills while you're living your purpose. And this is where it all comes together. Look at this. Your Ikigai isn't just one of these circles. It's that magic spot right in the middle where all four of them overlap. That's the sweet spot. When what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for all come together, boom, that's your Ikigai.
And this idea is so deep in the culture there. Get this. There isn't really a word for retire in Japanese, not in the way we think of it, like just stopping everything. People don't stop. They just keep doing what they love, living their Ikigai, for as long as they possibly can.
So we've got the concept, right? We understand the four circles, but what does this actually look like in real life? How do the Okinawans live this every single day? Let's take a look at a few of their secrets.
Okay, first up, a super simple but powerful rule they have. It's called Hara Hachi Bu. Before they eat, they say this to remind themselves to only eat until they're about 80% full. Think about that. By not stuffing themselves, they're not forcing their bodies to work overtime on digestion, which we know actually speeds up aging. It's a tiny little change with huge benefits.
And this next one is huge, especially today. It's the idea of a moai. This isn't just a group of friends you hang out with. It's like a chosen family. A group of people who are committed to looking out for each other for their entire lives. They support each other emotionally. They help each other out financially. I mean, in a world where so many people feel isolated, having this deep sense of community, it's just a total game changer.
All right, so there are so many amazing ideas in this book, but for me, one of the most powerful things, something you and I can start doing right now to feel our Ikigai, is to get into a state of flow.
The guy who came up with the term, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and don't worry, I'm not going to try to say that again, he defined it perfectly. It's that state where you are so deep into an activity that nothing else seems to matter. You know what I'm talking about, right? Maybe it's playing music, or coding, or painting. You look up and hours have passed, and you didn't even notice. That's flow.
So how do we find it? Well, this chart explains it perfectly. If a task is way too easy for you, you're going to get bored, right? But if it's way too hard, you're just going to get stressed out and anxious. Flow. Flow lives in that perfect zone right in the middle. It's the Goldilocks spot where the challenge is just right for your skill level.
Okay, so the big question is, how can we get more of this flow in our lives? It really boils down to 3 simple steps. Step 1, pick a task that's in that sweet spot. Not too easy, not too hard. Step 2, have a super clear goal. Know exactly what you're trying to do. And step 3, and this is the hard one for most of us, you have to concentrate on one thing at a time.
Yeah, single tasking. It's the key. We all think we're great multitaskers, but the science is clear. We're not. We're just switching between tasks really fast, and it can tank our productivity by like 60%. So if you really want to get into that flow state, try some of these tips. Turn your phone off. Use a timer. The goal is simple. Just give your brain one job to do.
You know, as we start to wrap this up, there's this incredible quote from the philosopher Nietzsche that just sums up the whole idea of Ikigai perfectly. He who has a why to live for can bear with almost any how. Your Ikigai, that's your why. And when you have that, you can get through pretty much anything life throws at you.
I think the biggest takeaway from all of this is that your Ikigai isn't something you have to invent out of thin air. It's something you discover. It's already in there, waiting for you. So I'm going to leave you with a question. What's the first step? I don't care how small it is. What's the first step you're going to take to start finding yours?